fourth graders. So today is printing day. We're gonna have 2 days to print 2 different backgrounds, and you will be able to choose your favorite background. So the first thing you're gonna do is when you look at your printing plate, you're gonna figure out which way you wanna be the top. So if I want this to be the top, I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna make an arrow so they know that this should always be facing up when I put it down. Then you're gonna get to choose from a different table some printing paper. Now you have to kind of know what ink color you're going to use. You wanna look around before you choose your paper. So certain colors will look really nice on the black. Almost everything looks good on black except for dark blue or anything too dark. But if you're choosing yellow paper, you don't wanna use yellow ink or something that's gonna blend in too much. So I'm gonna start with this black one. I'm gonna show you 2 different ones. Make sure that you label this paper where you get it. I don't want you bringing it back to your table by your messy mat and labeling it there. So you're going to label it with your name and art code. And you are also going to write, depending on the print. So let's say for art, this is my first of 2 prints. So I'm gonna write 1/2. Then I'm going to turn it over and make sure I don't get it in the ink. And then I'm actually going to place this on a clean part of the table. So there will be a messy mat here, and then there will be another part of the table that is clean. So I'm gonna place that to the clean side. And now I'm going to roll my ink down. Now you might not be working at your table. You will be able to move around the room and choose the ink that you want, or it might not be your first choice, whatever ink is available that you like. I'm gonna show you how to do a blend since most of us have done using one color before, and I know a lot of you guys will want to do a blend. So I have my printing plate. I remember we only pull a little bit down. Right now I'm using my brayer. Now the brayer, we always wanna make sure that it's belly up when we're not using it so that we don't get anything on the rubber part. Even when there's no ink on it, we still want it to be belly up. So as I'm rolling it down, I'm going side to side, but I don't wanna go like this, or else I'm going to completely mix up the color and I won't have that nice fade. I also wanna make sure there's an even amount of ink on the brayer. It shouldn't be like really sticky in one spot and a hole in the other spot. Once you hear that Velcro sound, then you're going to roll it on your printing plate. Now again, you can't go in every direction because you will lose that nice fade. So now I need to go back, I need to pull more down. So we never pull all of it down at once, we just pull a little bit down. And I'm going a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, but I'm not going up and down. Now, it looks like it's almost ready, but I think I still need it to be shinier. So I'm gonna pull more down, make sure it's even. I have that Velcro sound. And I go side to side. I don't wanna leave out the corners. Those always get left out. Then I'm gonna put this belly up. And now I'm going to take this over to the clean part of the table to do the next step. I'm going to carefully hold the edge of the printing plate. I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna make sure the arrow's facing the top, and I'm gonna go find the corner and make sure that the top lines up the best that I can. Once you place it down, you can't pick it up. Then you're gonna put your hand over it like a sandwich, and you're going to carefully flip it over. Then you get a clean brayer, you hold it down, and you're just gonna apply some pressure, but you don't want anything to slide, so you have to kind of hold it down with one hand. And you're rubbing on the paper side. So you just do that a few times. Then you're gonna carefully pull it up. And now I have my print. So then we're gonna repeat it. You can't use this again without re-inking. If you are working with a partner, which I'm going to be pairing you up with a partner, you and your partner have to be working on the same color, so you have to kind of agree. And you can do 2, and then your partner can do 2. It really depends on how well you work together. Or you can take turns, so when you're rubbing, they could be inking theirs up, and then you each do 1 at a time and take turns that way. So now I'm just gonna speed it up. have my two colors. I will be deciding which colors that will be at each table. We cannot move any trays to different tables. And I have my printing plate. This was the other one that I did. And I have my arrow on the back. You can get creative and you can like change the arrow if you wanted to like make a pattern out of like which way you do it. The arrow will just show you which direction is up. But I will let you decide how you want to create your background and if you want it to be up in each one or if you want to go like up, down, that's up to you. If it's enough ink, if when I look at it, it's pretty sticky without being like clumps in certain places. It should be like a smooth sticky. Then I'm gonna move it over to the clean part of my table. And now I'm going to carefully turn it over and I'm gonna line it up. It doesn't matter if you start at the bottom or the top. I'm gonna start at the top and make sure I line it up the best that I can. Slide it to the bottom. That's the easiest way. Then put your hand underneath, flip it over, rub it without making it move. So you gotta push hard, but not too hard that it moves, just a few times. And then peel it up. And then you have your design. If any of this part came off from there we go. And now I'm going to continue with the rest of my printing.